And good afternoon. In fact, let's adopt the what is it here, Sophia? Good time zone to you wherever you are. I like that. That's very good. So wherever you are on this spherical planet, welcome. It is currently 1 p.m. here in the UK, but people tune in from all over the world. So wherever you are in the universe, well, I suppose. Given that radio transmissions travel at light speed, if I am transmitting this to anybody who's actually not on the Earth, then we'll see you in a few minutes because light speed isn't fast enough. But I suspect most of you are watching this on the planet Earth, in which case you're probably watching this in close to real time. So regardless of what the time zone is, wherever you are, hello. And with that, you generally get the kind of the way we carry on this stream is very light-hearted. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be fun, nice chill out. Particularly with the retro stream, I think, because this takes us back to the good old days, doesn't it? My dad was actually very fond of saying, "There's the only thing good about the good old days that they aren't now." But I'm not sure that's quite right. I look back very fondly on the 80s and the early 90s in particular. Actually, I think they were good times. They didn't necessarily feel like it at the time, but lots of nostalgia for that era now. And this of course is Frontier Elite 2, the second game in the Elite saga, the Elite franchise, I suppose it would be called. Whereas Elite Dangerous, for those of you who know it, is of course the fourth game. This is the second one. And in the lore, which sort of loosely connects all these games together, not very well, it has to be said, there's quite a lot of inconsistencies. This is set 100 years before Elite Dangerous. This is the year 3200, whereas of course Elite Dangerous is set in 3300. So this is 100 years in the past from the perspective of Elite Dangerous. Some things are the same and some things aren't, which is quite interesting. So there we go. Time to get that ASP going. Yes, let's get back in the ASP and get our ASPs in gear. So what year is it? Yes, it's definitely 3200. Well, actually no, it's 30. I haven't loaded the game. Actually, it's not 3200. I haven't loaded the save game yet. Let's go do that because we've got an ASP Explorer now, haven't we? Exciting. Look, we're actually in the second year. It's 3202 now. So there we go. It's the 21st of May, 3202 in game as we're playing this at the moment. Hello. What year is it? Invest in helium. I've heard it's on the rise. Nice one, alien. My life was a lot less stressful in those days. Well, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, is life less stressful? It depends where you were in the 80s. I mean, some of you wouldn't have been born, so you can't be stressed about something like that. I was in my O-levels, A-levels in the late 80s. And then I went to university mid 80s actually, I suppose, thinking about it. I was O-levels, A-levels, and then I went to university in the early 80s. So that's how old I am. It was a long time ago, back in the ancient mists of time. So yeah, was I stressed? I don't think I'm not sure if I would understand the word stressed actually back then. It's not something I would have talked about. But definitely, I suppose it felt like a more innocent time compared to today. I mean, there was no internet really to speak of, no social media, anything like that. No mobile phones, of course. We did this old-fashioned thing that you may have heard of in ancient tomes called going round to see your mates. I used to, believe it or not, cycle on my bike, or push bike, with my computer in a backpack, round to my mate's house so we could do multiplayer gaming. All right. Which actually was sort of having the two computers side by side. Phone booths, yes, we had phone booths, didn't we? And telephones that you had to push numbers into, and you had to have 10p or 20p. I think we all kids at that era had sort of 10p, 20p in their pockets. I suppose it'd be 10 cents a quarter or a dime or whatever it is that the Americans call it for the Americans. So you could ring home if you got into trouble. Because there was no mobile phones. Going outside. Oh, we used to go outside, Sophia. It was good. The graphics were great. Physics model was a bit limiting, but you could push the edges of it if you didn't mind getting hurt. Draw distance, FPS, no problems at all. The respawn was a bit of a problem. And some of the story was it wasn't all that exciting, but you know, on balance it was okay. Land part. Yeah, see, this is still kind of an era before LAN parties kicked off. We're back in 1993 with this game. You tested the respawn. No, a few of my friends came quite close to testing the respawn. Kellybag, I didn't know anybody with the same computers as me had a C64 and everybody else had Speckies. That's because the Speckie's better. I mean, did you not figure this out, Kellybag? School ground rivalry starts once more. No, I have great affection for the Commodore 64. Honest. Piggy. I will never be a Commodore 64 man. I never actually really used the Commodore 64, to be honest. One of my friends had one, I think, out of school. Actually, thinking about it back at school, we had the classic thing at school, whereas the rich kid had the BBC. There was one guy with a Commodore 64 who, you know, we didn't really speak to because he had a Commodore 64. And everybody else I knew in my kind of social circle at school had the ZX Spectrum. So we would swap bootleg copies of cassettes and, you know, all the usual stuff that school kids did. But no, I don't. I mean, I think literally one friend had a Commodore 64 out of my kind of peer group at the time. So TI-99-4, wow. Alien had the C64. 64 was the only way. I'm no longer talking you, Drew. Now, to be fair, a few months ago, I did do a comparison of Elite, the original Elite, on all those original computers there, the BBC, the Commodore 64, and the Spectrum. And actually, I think I gave them all a draw because each platform brought something new to the game, I felt. So I think the BBC had the best sort of combat-y bits, but the Commodore 64 screen looked way better because it had decent colours. And the Spectrum version just had more sophistication in the missions and all that kind of good stuff. So they all did their thing, and they all brought something new to the thing. So I get away with that. I'm just more familiar with the Spectrum because it's the one I grew up with. But I had a Windows 10 PC, so we're for those of you who don't know about the old 8-bit computers of the early 1980s, this is you're probably wondering what on earth we're talking about. But that was a halcyon era of a great entertainment with the old 8-bit computers. But we're moved on a bit from there. We're now 16-bit. So there we go. Commander Choices. My first PC was Windows 3.1. Yeah, I remember that. Actually, my first PC was pre-Windows. I was DOS. And then we had the Gem desktop. Who remembers that? And then Windows 1 and Windows 2 came out. Windows 3.1 was a university thing for me. MS-DOS, there we go, 5.0, yep. What about the really early home PCs, the ones you had to build yourself? Well, yeah, that's it. You know, the IBM Warp. Good grief, I haven't heard that for a few years. Yep, I remember that. This is turning into an operating systems I have known reminiscence thread now. Dear, MS-DOS, OS2 Warp. That was really good as well, wasn't it? So, wow, there we go. I began with the PC. I was too young then for my parents to buy me an 8-bit. Yeah, so 8-bit machines are a bit of a, you know, I don't know what the modern era makes of them. Looking at them now, if you've ever tried to use one, then they're not very intuitive compared to a modern PC. But Amidst was one of the first PC games back in 1994. Yes, I do remember Amidst as well. That was one of the first CD distributed games, I think. So Octurus Deluxe has hit it on the head there. Yeah, different platforms have much different hardware specs, and they were very, very different machines. No compatibility at all. So you couldn't take a game from a Spectrum, put it on the Commodore 64. That just was entirely not possible. They were completely different. There was no compatibility between them whatsoever. But they were great. There were some classic titles on each of the platforms because actually, particularly the BBC and the Spectrum were not designed at all with games in mind. They had no special sprite hardware, nothing at all. The BBC actually had a sound chip. The Spectrum had nothing, literally nothing. That would carve it out as a games machine. The Commodore 64 kind of did, though. It had a sprite manager system built into it. I can't remember what it's called. The Commodore 64 guys will know. But the Commodore 64 actually could lay claim to being a games machine. whereas the other ones just really couldn't. But oddly enough, the Spectrum is by far the best supported 8-bit computer in terms of game software. It really was the kind of, before consoles were a thing, the Spectrum was basically it in terms of the amount of software that was generated. But specifically not designed to be a games machine, just one of those machines that people embraced for whatever reason. Kelvin says, there you go, it had sprites and the sound chip was neat. So the Commodore 64 technically walked all over the Spectrum, really, other than sort of raw horsepower in terms of the chip. But oddly enough, that's not I think one of the problems with the fact that it had a sprite manager was, in order to take advantage of the sprite manager, you had to make games that used sprites, which tended to make games, head in a similar direction. Whereas on the Spectrum, you just basically, you had the CPU and that was it. So you could basically invent anything you liked because you had to code anything anyway. So in some ways, I think maybe that promoted a bit more creativity. I don't know, but there we go. Anyway, enough waffling, because I never waffle on my streams, as you know. That's a lie, by the way. We should get back to Frontier Elite 2. I'm trying to remember what I was doing. C64 had more colour but lower res. Yes, there we go. Damn lies, this is a waffle-free zone. Oh, you're a waffle man. I am actually, yes, I am actually a waffle man. That's exactly what I am. Right, so what were we doing? We've got an ASP. I think we were trying to make money. So let's just go. Right, I had got an Imperial title of Master. My elite rating was average, which actually isn't too bad. We were actually doing a milk run, weren't we? So I thought we got rid of Xavier Smith. Did we not get rid of Xavier Smith? What happened to the lady we had on board? I've lost one of my crew already. Did I not load the right? Don't say I didn't save it. It's definitely that one. Oh no. I've got the wrong pilot on. Maybe I didn't save it right at the end of. Yeah, I dumped that guy. I did. That's right. I booted this guy. Where are we then? Am I in the? Did we not? Maybe I didn't save it at the. I thought I did. Yeah, I dumped that guy. So have we got? Is there somebody here? Maybe it's. Let's have a look on. Well, let's dump him again. The red eye guy came back. That's very suspicious. Bring it back. Very stop. I want the other lady. Right, job wanted. Was it her? It was. It's Rosalind Ashfield. Yes. Right. Let's fire the other guy again. Right. Let's dismiss it. We don't need you on board. Bye. Good riddance. You're going to regret sacking me. Right. Let's give her a job. Job wanted to feed disabled spouse. Have you worked on a starship before? No, I haven't, but I know what to do. Why do you need a job? I think it would be an interesting job. Okay, I think we tried her on 5 and we couldn't get away with it, so I'll pay $10 a week. Thanks, I'll take the job. There we go. So we now got Rosalind back. There we go. Sacked twice. So somehow he managed to reverse time, get back aboard my ship, and then I sacked him again. So he's having a bit of a Groundhog Day. Well, that was quite funny. Okay, anyway, we've got Rosalind back. Now, I think, my friends, what I would like to do... Oh, well, I sacked him just before midnight as well, didn't I? Actually, it's now in the morning, but... Scanner and automatic pilot. Okay, so I would like to make enough money to get us into a bigger ship so we can make more money so I can get that Imperial Courier. Because I think if I can get the Imperial Courier, then we can start going bananas and going on a killing spree and doing military stuff. I'd like to get this Imperial Courier sorted out. So what I'd like to do is keep getting into a bigger ship as fast as I can, making some money. So around here, look, there's a Puma Clipper. We can't afford one of them. That's one of the really big ships, actually. Let's have a quick look at that. So it's not the biggest ship. That's the Panther. Is that Panther Clipper? This one's quite big. Look, it's got 4 big engines and stuff. So that's quite good. But that's the biggest one here. And the problem with the bigger ships, the Asp, as you see, needs 2 people on board. The problem with the bigger ships is they need more crew. So the Asp Explorer is the biggest one we can afford here at the moment. So I'm going to do the run. Now, somebody commented in my YouTube upload of this very stream, and that I can never remember what cargo to take to Seoul and Barnard Star. I always ask the stream, so I'm probably going to not break with tradition and do that again. Vic Free says, so Cutter and Corvette don't exist in this game, right? No. So the flagships really are... Does the Anaconda exist in this game? I haven't seen one for sale. I think it does. I think the Anaconda's in here. But the big ship is the Panther Clipper, which doesn't exist in Elite Dangerous at the moment. It's kind of been hinted at occasionally, but whether or not it's still coming. So the Panther Clipper is the biggest ship. I think the Anaconda is about. The Imperial ships are quite high up the ranking as well. There's the Imperial Trader and the Imperial Courier, which in this game, the Imperial Courier is a big, exciting, massive spaceship, okay? And I'm not going to do an Imperial Courier rant because I've done that many times before. Suffice to say, it's the Imperial Courier in Elite Dangerous is a small little vessel, whereas in this game it isn't. I reckon Sandro stole the Panther Clipper when he left TD. Yeah, so I haven't seen one for sale yet, I don't think. But the Puma Clipper is quite big. Inflation has changed the cost of ships. They're way cheaper in the Frontier Elite 2 universe, but obviously it's much harder to make money. But I've got 237,000 credits, which for Frontier Elite 2 era isn't too bad. The Anaconda's got some hilarious landing gear in this game with massive skids. Okay, we'll have to see if we can find one. So what I'm going to do is let's just do this milk run for a little bit since we're here, and see what else turns up. Because I just want to make lots of money as fast as possible. So I need 5 tons of fuel to get there. So let's do that. Let's go there first. I'd like if I could get the Imperial Courier today. That would be good. The lion is here in the jungle. Sorry. I should laugh at my own jokes. It's really bad form, isn't it? Right, so I'm at Barnard Star. I have genuinely forgotten. What do I take back to Seoul? Is it computers? How will we know if you're funny if you don't laugh? To Seoul, computers and robots, right? Shall I take half and half? I've got loads of cargo space, so let's take 32. I think it is. Because sometimes it doubles up, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't quite get that right. There we go, 34 and 34, there we go. Right, so let's save this so the red-eyed dude doesn't come back. There we go. Aspects blow thing. Right, so we're ready set to go. Let's launch request. Dude, there we go. Well, let me turn the volume down because this in-game music is very retro, let's say. We're all bots after all, still learning about the human stuff. Oh yes, of course. I'm here for the Rodney Corbett truck. Yes. Rodney Corbett. There's showing your age, Commander Beetlejuice. Dare I say it. Dear. I've not actually seen this game played before. I've tried to have a go at EDCM in Manchester a year and I never made it past the opening menus. Well, hopefully you'll learn a little bit. It takes a little bit of a while to get this one going, Tolak, but it's quite. I think it's quite fun in a sort of. It's not a space combat game, really. I think I'm not quite sure what this. Not like the original, not really in some ways like Elite Dangerous. It is more focused on going to places and doing things rather than combat most of the time. But we haven't got into all the combat-y stuff yet. So, but it is quite complicated. There's quite a lot of depth here. Certainly more than the original game. Right. Anyway, so that was hyperspace, by the way. And then we get some natty MIDI compositions of various. Just turn that down, otherwise it's going to feedback through the mic. Some various classical compositions in classic sort of 16-bit MIDI format, which is lovely. I was going to turn them off because I find them really irritating, but it's kind of part of the game ambience, so we kind of have to go with it. Right, so we basically use the orrery here to go to Earth, and we'll choose a space station, Abraham Lincoln, and we set the autopilot, and we put the Star Dreamer on, which accelerates time. There's no frame shift drive or anything of that called nature in this universe. It hasn't been invented yet. So we have to do this in real space, and obviously that takes an awful long time. You can see the clock going completely mad over here. And the concept of this game is you actually just speed up time, unless something happens, in which case you get returned to normal time, like the docking mechanism, and then I can speed up that and go zip, and then we're docked. So that's how the game works. It's a bit weird. Do we have to start a crowdfunding effort to find Xavier Smith a new job? No, he'll be all right. I'll write him some backstory. He'll be fine. I don't think. I mean, in terms of bugs, I don't think this version of the game was all that buggy. I mean, I've come across a few places where the game design isn't great. But I haven't come across any actual bugs, I don't think, in our playthroughs yet. Does anyone recall any actual bugs? I think there's a bug with the mining, and we'll get to some mining at some point. Right, let's just have a look on the bulletin board just to make sure nobody wants some computers or robots, because sometimes it gives us a little bonus. Go on. Yes, so there you go. There's a bonus. Sometimes on the bulletin board, somebody wants some of your cargo at a decent price, or like a super inflated price, which is great. I think there's some exploits you can do because the game gets a bit confused. All right, so let's sell all that lot. See, that's jolly nice. There we go, and hang up, and then we'll go and sell the computers on the stock market. Where do they go? There they are. So that is definitely the way to make some money. So there we go. We're now at 283. Let's have a look at the shipyard here while we're here. New and reconditioned ships. So, there's quite a lot of stuff here now. Now we could, and I'm sorry that the chat window is kind of overlapping the screen here a little bit. It makes it totally unreadable. I've just noticed that. Whilst I'm chatting away, let's leave it like that so you can actually read it. Yeah, you can't not have the Blue Danube playing while docking a spaceship. That's very true. Yep. Copyright. Well, actually, you think it's funny. Some of the MIDI files I composed for my Astro tour and the Law tour, I composed them from scratch and in MIDI just because I like doing it. And some of those did trick the copyright censors. They actually got picked up, and I got a flag. And it was quite interesting, the amount of effort I put into getting the MIDI as close as possible to the real thing. The more I put in, the more likely, obviously, I was to get a copyright strike. I didn't get a copyright strike, I got a warning that I was using copyright. And it was obviously that whatever algorithm is out there for Google and YouTube and Twitch and all that kind of things, it's pretty sophisticated if it can work out an amateur's MIDI file rendition of a familiar theme and go, yep, that's definitely it. And it did a number of times. So quite interesting that. I don't know how those musical copyright things work, but they're pretty clever nowadays. So it's quite clever. Wasn't there a bug where some system would take you to pay some gems away? Possibly, I don't know. I haven't come across that one. Multiple galaxies on the galaxy map, which was a bug. Yeah, and this version seems to be fixed. So that's the MB4 mining machines have a patch, but would crash the game if you jumped away from the system. Yeah, that's definitely the same. Maybe that's been patched in this version as well. We'll find out at some point. To be fair to Brahim, it's amazing this game even works at all. I can forgive a few bugs. Stubborn passengers refusing to leave is another one. Okay, I haven't come across that yet. So, anyway, we have quite a lot of money on board here, but we could get a bigger ship. And we have a Tiger Trader, which looks like that, which kind of looks like a big asp, doesn't it? We can't quite afford it, though, at the moment. And the way to make money in this game, I worked out, is just basically to get a bigger and bigger ship as fast as you can without busting your cash flows so you can fill it up with cargo. So yeah. So Sonny Smith has gifted some things to people and stuff. Thank you for that. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. That's really, really kind. Thank you very much. Do appreciate that. So yeah, anyway, say hello, A1110 Sonny Smith. Thank you very much. That's really cool. Right, so that one we can't afford yet, but the Lion Transport, which looks like that, which actually for a 16-bit game, given all the deficiencies and stuff, it does actually look quite cool. We could buy that. It needs, however, 4 crew members. We've only got 1 crew member at the moment, so we do have to be a bit careful. Now I'm quite keen, I think, maybe to get this, because it just allows us to do stuff. Now I do have to sell all the stuff on board. The other thing I have to check is, are there enough adverts for people wanting a crew or position on the starship for us to actually crew the ship? Because I need 4 of them in order to do that. So let's have a look. So we've got wanted robots, unemployed work. There we go. Only work on a starship. Wanted passengers on the ship. Retirement job. Federal military. So there's only 1 other person now. You know, Commander Ariok, or people who are experienced on this game. If I buy a ship that I don't have enough crew for, what do I do? Do I have to sort of sit around and wait? Does the bulletin board refresh itself every day or something? Yeah, because I don't want to put myself in a position where I just can't move. Because we can't take off without a full complement of crew. I have to wait, says Alien. Okay. Does anybody have any experience? It refreshes at midnight. Okay, so basically it's going to charge me. So should we try it? Let's see if should we jump into a bigger ship? Grab a coffee or mate. Let's give it a try, because I can always go back to this save game if it doesn't work. So let's save it. That's the beauty of being able to save your game. Let's buy a bigger ship. Let's go now. Which one should we have? We've got a green one. I need to sell all my stuff first. There's also, oh no, not that one. Actually, there's only 1 Lion Transport about. It's that one. So it's the green one or bust. Let's sell everything that's on the ship, which we haven't got. Scanner and automatic pilot is all we've got basically at the moment. Shipyard upgrades. Scanner, sell. Automatic pilot, sell. There we go. That's an empty asp now. Shipyard. Let's view the Lion Transport again. It's a bigger ship. Class 3 hyperdrive on board. Missile pylons 8. Gun mountings 3. Don't know where the other one is then. Crew of 4. So let's buy that. Now does Rosalind come with us? I could be waiting for days. Yes. Okay. So that's good. Crewing the Panther was a nightmare. It could be waiting for Sonny Smith says, love your stuff, Drew. I'll watch your lore tour while going for my fleet carrier. I learned so much about Elite and really enjoyed it. Oh, thank you very much, Sonny Smith. I'm glad you enjoyed the tour. So that's brilliant. Right, so let's go to the bulletin. But let's see if it doesn't work, we'll go back to the save game. But there is at least one here. There we go. So a dude with yellow eyes. Have you worked on a starship before? I think that's a good question. Yes, I worked as crew before. Okay, why do you need a job? I found the repetitive cargo runs in my last job boring. Not sure it's going to be all that exciting for you today, my friend. Let's pay £10 a week. I think I can get paid more than 10 elsewhere. Oh, it doesn't matter what I do. Well, he's kind of competent, but they don't do anything. But there we go. Let's try 15. There we are. Okay, let's see how this goes. Right, hang up. Right, so we now don't have enough crew yet. Let's see. There's nothing else on there at the moment. Right, okay, so now what will happen is if we try and do a launch request now, it'll go, you can't launch without the correct number of crew, so we're stuck. So what we have to do is accelerate time until midnight and see if the bulletin board refreshes and gives us some crew. Right, there we are. We get charged 3 credits a day. This is something that doesn't exist in Elite Dangerous anymore. You don't get charged for docking. let's have a look at the bulletin board and see if there's anything else. We need 2 more crew members. And this is, so someone's still asking for robots, but no crew. So let's go back again and try it. We'll try it a few times and see. This is one of those ships you can shoot yourself in the turret. Nice. Oh, wrong button. Bulletin board. Right, still. So this is the problem with the bigger ships, is you can't get the crew. No, see, somebody still wants robots. What happens if you might run out of money when docked? I don't know, actually. That's a very good question. So it's not giving us anything new at the moment. Let's try again. So I could be stuck here for days. You'll just be broke. If this was still a thing in ED, some of us would be ruined. Yeah. Bulletin board. Right, come on, give us. It doesn't seem to be changing very much. So this is a frustrating thing here. Is that there should be loads of people wanting a job, and there just aren't. So that's a bit annoying. I'm just having to sit here day after day after day waiting. You thought you could put an advert out. Doesn't seem very realistic to me that there wouldn't be lots of people around wanting a job, and no way to post a crew wanted. No, and now there's just nobody wants a job. They probably heard of me by reputation, so don't work for him. He fires you when he gets to Barnard Star. And that doesn't look any different to me. I don't think. Is this actually updating? Oh, I think it was 7 days. Or maybe we just need to run it a bit longer. Maybe it's just an entire week. The idea is to progress through ships that need greater crews rather than to jump like that. Okay. Yeah, so unemployment is very is very low in the 3200s. So it's a shame. Where's Xavier? Well, he's over at Barnard Star. Let's just go through that again. Has that actually updated yet? I don't think it has. No. So this is yeah. So actually, it's not updating on a daily basis. Maybe it updates on the weekly. I think jobs last a week, but they change every day. Okay. I don't know when we started this. That does look different now. Right. Wanted position on a reputable starship. Okay. Jenny Birmingham would like a job. Okay. Have you worked here before? She has. I was not paid enough at my last post. Right, let's see if you'll get. Okay, I'm going to have to pay her 15 as well. Oh, she's expensive. Oh, all right then. We're almost there. Right, okay, so that worked. Is there anybody else here? I need some. No, there's not. Okay, so it's the 3rd of June. Let's go through. I just need one more, so maybe maybe we can get away with this, and build up our crew. Does anybody know how many the Imperial Courier takes, by the way? Is that 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 crew? It's a big ship, but I think, as I recall, it was quite automated. So I'm just going to sit. This is summertime in the Frontier Elite 2 universe. Just chilling out, waiting for crew members to turn up. So it's going to be the 10th of June, I think, when that bulletin board's going to refresh. Then. So this is costing me money all the time, of course, because I have to pay the crew every week. Although it's not very much, is it? I mean, 20 credits a week. I'm not going to notice that. Did that update? I think it did, actually. No, not at the moment. 3 crew for the courier. Okay, so that's no more board flipping, but board waiting. Yeah, so you couldn't really flip the board here, because if you save the game and come back in again, then it'll just be the same thing. You just literally had to wait. So I don't know how many days I've been waiting here, like about almost a month. I've been sitting in the dock just trying to find people to fly my ship. Right, it is the 10th of June. Okay, so let's do one more day. See if we can get this Lion transport to take off. Right, let's just make sure it has actually refreshed. Wanted passage, removal required, ship required. Come on. No, nothing there. Oh. This is a bit soul destroying. You'd have thought there'd be a few more adverts a bit more often. This has cost me a fortune just sitting here. I've been in the situation of buying a Panther and trying to get 12 crew. Dear. So this is sorry. This isn't the most exciting part of the game, as you can see. 12 crew for the Panther Clipper. Youch. I suppose the idea is you kind of work your way up, but which I'm probably trying to shortcut here. But I definitely need a bigger ship. Come on, give me a no. Just off of a night shift. What have I missed? Steve, you've yeah, at least he has a crew lounge. That guy thought he was bored before. It's just waiting. Yeah, that's a good point actually. What have we done? Actually, my last job was even more boring. I got bored with just going places. This is even more boring. I'm just literally sitting here in the dock waiting. You'd have thought that one of the crew that's on the board of the ship would know somebody else, wouldn't you? Unless, like you say, unemployment in this era is extremely low. In which case the prices should really be higher, I suppose. But I don't know. Need job. Yay! There we go. Right. I think. Oh, she's different. No, I haven't, but I know what to do. I'll pay you $5 a week. Hang on. I've no free crew spaces. Have we already done it? Oh, after commander, I need 3. Well, let's. Well, I'm going to have. I'm going to do my very dodgy thing from and get let's. I'm going to have my harem of lovely ladies crew my ship. So I'm going to fire him, and going to get her because it doesn't really matter because they don't do anything. I think you just pay them. Where's it gone? There we go. Job required. Why do you need a job? I think it would be interesting. I'll pay you $5 a week. There we go. Okay, I'll pay you 10 a week. There we go. Brilliant. Right. So we've got. She's a little bit weird looking, but we now have a crew: Rosalind, Jenny, and Kate. Jenny's expensive, I know, but she's worth it. She's my sidekick. Okay. Right. So we now have a this amazing beast of a ship here. So let's put on it shipyard. Let's upgrade it. Put on the scanner. We definitely need that, and we need the automatic pilot. But that is literally all we need to do this milk run at the moment. And it's literally. I'm sorry. It's just money. Right. We need 9 tons of fuel just to get there. I better buy some fuel to refuel the internal tank. So let's see how much that costs first. So refuel, boom. Okay, so that looks like it takes 3 tons of fuel just to refuel the internal tank, and it's going to be interesting to see how long that cruise angels. Yeah, it's like, I should do a silhouette. Did I just say women don't do anything? I don't think I said that. That would be absolute suicide. No, I think in the game none of these crew members actually do anything. I think they're just there. They just cost you money. That's at least that's what I think. I thought I meant to say. Okay. What am I doing? You've distracted me. Stop it. Bulletin board. No, stock market. I need more hydrogen. So I need 9 tons of hydrogen just to do 1 hyperspace jump. The harem transport. Jenny's being greedy, wanting twice to pay everybody. Well, that might cause me some. Problems actually. If they talk, how much do you get paid? Oh, I get paid 20. What? I might get lynched. Right. So it was luxury goods here, isn't it, that we take to Barnard Star. So let's fill the entire 179 tons of goods. There we go. Let's see how much we can get on board. I don't think you can even fill the ship up. No, I can't. No, I can only get to 85 at the moment. Right, anyway, let's save that. And this is now going to be... We weren't in the Asp for very long, so this is Lion, isn't it? This is the Lion. There we go. Boom. There we are, Lion 25. so I can't even fill the ship up. That's what you've got to be a bit careful buying ships in front of Edicto, is that you don't mess up your cash flow. Because if you can buy the ship, but if you haven't got enough money to actually fill it up with cargo, you're sort of stuck again. The shortest ASP ownership ever. So anyway, so there we go. Oh look, there's a pretty planet. Look at that. It's even got little cloud circles, and it's jolly nice. There we go. Right, let's speed up time a little bit. Get away from the space. Let's just check our ship out, because we haven't looked at it from the outside yet. So this is a new view. You won't have seen this before. This is the turret view. We haven't actually got anything on the turret, but I don't know how you steer it actually. Oh yeah, see, I can steer the turret. There we go. I'm presuming I can. Can I go up and down? I'm presuming I. So so I've got a turret, which means I can view. I don't know if I can. How do I go up and down? I thought it was the flight controls, but it doesn't seem to be working. So that's the turret view. Okay, so that presumably is the front of the ship. That's the side, and that's the back. There's the spell. We've got a scanner as well. So that's that view. There's our external view of the ship. So it's got one great big enormous engine. It's like you say, it's not a very elite ship. And the undercarriage is still down. Let's put that up. There he goes. There's the turret on top. Look at that. That's quite cool. We haven't got any armaments on at the moment. We might do that, but I don't think this is really a fighting ship. And then there's the engine. Look at that. What a ship. So that's my roll. Where's my oh, that's A and Z. Okay, so maybe that's how I've forgotten the controls. No, so I can rotate, but I can't. Oh, I can pitch it. There we go. So the idea here, I suppose, is that with the turret you can fire at different angles. It's all manual. There's no auto turret or anything like that, like in Elite Dangerous. But you can fire your weapon at an approaching ship without having to actually rotate your ship, if that makes sense. So there we go. Is the reg of the ship DB? I didn't see. I think it's QS. Is that right? QS? Yeah, QS 516. There we go. So anyway, so there we go. That's how the turret works. We might try that a little bit later on. The plume is misaligned, is it? There we go. It's sort of. Let's just switch the engine on. It kind of is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Look, the plume is off. So there's quite a few ships in Frontier and Frontier First Encounters where not everything works. One of the things is stop mucking about with it and get on that way. Go. All right. So but there are quite a lot of buggy ships. There are ships, and I think this. Somebody's already said in the chat. Maybe this is one of them where the turret-mounted gun can actually hit the ship, which is slightly embarrassing. And there's some ships where no matter what you do with the turret, you can't not hit the ship. For some reason, the turret's inside the hull or something. It basically blasts you. So that's a problem. Right, we're going to Birmingham World, which is not a very exciting place, it has to be said. Let's go to Boston Base. Right, we're literally going to be making some money for a little bit, so I'm going to do this as fast as I can. That was the look at my new vehicle. It's absolutely great. Boom. Maybe the turn rate of the line is not that good. I don't know actually whether it's going to be any use in combat whatsoever. But I kind of just want it as a space truck for the moment. It remembers me to the plane scene of the Last Crusade. Yeah, that's right. 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And that's right, yeah, because Indiana Jones is dad, isn't it? It's Sean Connery. I don't know what the character's name is, but Sean shoots the tail of his plane off and turns around to Indiana Jones and goes, "I think we're hit, son." Which was brilliant. I do like that movie. Yep, they hit us. The tailplane's all ripped to pieces because he shot through it, getting rather enthusiastic with the cannon. Brilliant stuff. Right, we're here. Right, so let's sell our stuff. Well, let's just check the bulletin board just in case, because sometimes you get lucky. You probably won't. No, don't think so. Right, okay, that's good. Right, so let's then. We've got 94 tons of luxury goods, so that's quite a lot more than the Asps could carry, and we're not nearly full, so that's good. So let's sell them, make some money. Look, so there you really start cleaning up on the profit, which is excellent. Right, we need 9 tons of hydrogen fuel to do the jump back. We want half computers and half robots. Now, we're probably not going to be able to fill this up. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Computers are cheaper, so let's see. Well, we might be able to do it. How many? Look at this. I mean, crazy tons of computers. So actually now I can do it quite easily. So let's do 50-50 again. That's going to be about, I don't know what it is actually, nearly 100 tons of each. Let's go for 80. I've got 5 tons left, so it's not going to be exactly the same, is it? Well, that's all right. There we go. We're completely stocked to the gills. 90 tons of computers and 89 tons of robots. Right, so let's save that, because this game does occasionally throw a curveball at you. Don't call me Junior. It's an awesome film, it is. Those two actually in combination, Sean Connery and Harrison Ford, just brilliant. My favourite one, my favourite bit of that film actually, let's get going because otherwise I'm awful. Launch request, yes, off we go. We're going back. My favourite bit of that film is where they're sitting on, I think they're on the dirigible, the Zeppelin, and you know, Indiana Jones is complaining that his father never talked to him as a child. So Sean Connery just says, "Okay, I'm here now. What do you want to talk about?" And Indiana Jones just goes, it just cracks me up whenever I watch. I do like that bit. Some good writing there. Some good writing. Right, Earth. Here we go to Earth. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go to Mikhail Gorbachev this time round. There we go. Boom. I wonder what the difference between hydrogen fuel and military fuel. Ah, so right, military fuel is for special military drives, which are much smaller. Basically, they can jump you the same distance as a much bigger normal hyperspace drive, but they take up far less room. So they're quite good, but they're only available up to a certain size, I think. They do allow you to have a very fast ship, a lightweight, fast ship that can jump a long way. They do require military fuel. So military fuel is for military drives, and hydrogen is for the normal hyperspace drives. The other problem with military drives is they turn that fuel into radioactive waste, which you have to either dump in space, and you know people get a bit upset about that, or you have to sell it at a space station. Oh, and it can't be scooped like the hydrogen fuel. Xavier Smith didn't have a ticket. He didn't. Yeah, you're a Scottish lad. I'm Mickey Mouse. That's right. Yes, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, so here we are again. Right, let's check that bulletin board in case anybody wants some robots. They did want them for last month, but they won't be here now. You can guarantee it. Wanted position on a reputable starship. Oh no, they're still here. Look, wanted robots. Awesome. Thank you very much, my blue-eyed lady there with the grey lips. Maybe you can buy yourself some better makeup. Look at that. So we're now making some serious cash. This is good. Okay. Because the part exchange price between this ship and the Imperial Clipper will be less. But right, let's sell the computers as well. Awesome stuff. Right, I need to refuel the ship here, otherwise Stephen Usher will tell me off. So yeah, lighter engines for military fuel, but creates radioactives. Right, Imperial Crippler. I think maybe that should be the name of the ship. Right, so hydrogen fuel. How much? Need at least a couple of tons left. Let's do that first. I like to do this first. Actually, otherwise I forget and get in trouble. Right, so that's full. Then we need 9 ton. No. We need 9 tons of hydrogen to get us back to where we were. No, not 10. And then the rest of it is luxury goods. Let's see how much we can buy this time, because they're quite expensive. We're not quite using the full capacity of the ship on the way back. Oh no, I did just make it. There we go, 179 tons of luxury goods. So that's awesome. So there we go, 2 trips and already recovered the expense. So this is you move up a ship as fast as you can, and it's the power of exponential growth. Exactly. So with a bit of luck, if I work on this, we might be able to get this Imperial Clipper today, which will be awesome, because then we can start splashing the cash on some upgrades and weapons and all that kind of components and do some interesting stuff. So it's literally a bit, dare I say it in the words of nowadays game, it's a bit of a grind. But this is actually playing the game, really. So is it a grind? I'm only kind of doing this because I kind of want to get the cash quickly. So I'm sort of in self-imposed grind, I suppose, is probably the fairest way to call it. So anyway, let's save the game. Back to Barnard Star we go. This is a milk run, but it's a lucrative milk run, and it stops me having to faff about and get delayed by being pirated, which we will do more of because we want a higher elite rating. But right now it's a quest for cash. Right, so we need to launch, don't we? We've got everything, we're fully loaded. Back to Barnard Star we go. Right, undercarriage up, hyperspace ho, whee! Then we set course for Barnard Star, or Birmingham World. Get some delightful MIDI music. Fly to the Valkyries, or ride to the Valkyries rather. There's Boston Base. Hit the autopilot, and there we go. So you make your money between Sol and Barnard Star. It's very easy to discover. Some of the faces in the game are a nightmare. Yeah, they're almost as bad. Actually, I mean, some of the ones in Elite Dangerous aren't exactly attractive, are they? There's some very odd people in the Elite Dangerous universe. I think they've all got sort of, asymmetric faces and some very strange expressions and some very sunken looking unearthly eyes. I don't know what's happened to humanity in space, but they certainly look a bit odd. That's procedural generation for you, I suppose so, yeah. But it's the future. Maybe the understanding of beauty is, well, that's a good point actually. Maybe what we're looking at from a 21st century perspective. All right, there we go. I know that I've just cut short the beautiful. I don't want to jettison them. That would be very bad. Just check this, just in case. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get all the luxuries? Narcotics is what they want here. I haven't got any narcotics. That would be a bit dodge. Right, so no, there aren't any. But this should make us quite a lot of money. There we go. We got 300,000 already. That's pretty good. Hydrogen fuel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Computers, it was 90 tons of one. Actually, let's go for 89.90 because there was that person at the other end who wants computers, wasn't it? They're both quite profitable, fortunately. So let's fill the ship up, the rest of them. I've definitely forgotten how to smile. Yeah. Why is that? Oh, I only bought 8 tons of hydrogen fuel. Oops. There we go. Okay, so let's just save because things can go wrong. Okay, and launch again. Dink. Undercarriage up. Back to Sol. Hyperspace. Ho! Yay. We're in the Botox age. I bought, so I did spot the 8 fuel there. That was just enough. I should have bought 9 straight away. Oh, we got the Thunder Elite 2 theme tune, which is jolly nice. Right, we've been to Abraham Lincoln. We haven't been to Ling Kui Yao, who actually isn't a real person. At least I don't think they're a real person in the Elite Dangerous universe. They're actually the person who invented the hyperdrive in the Elite Dangerous lore. There you go. Hyperdrive has changed quite a lot, of course, over the years. So I've got a lore video on hyperspace if you want to watch that somewhere. But I don't know. Anyway, let's do this again. So you notice it does actually look. Sol is a G-type star. It does actually change the colour of the star to match the the astronomical kind of stuff, which is good. There are white. When we go to Achenar, you'll see it was a white star, and the Barnard star is a red dwarf, of course. So it's quite good. They're trying to put some astronomical accuracy in, which is good. Why space is blue? We've never come up with a good explanation of why space is blue. There was some rationalisation around it trying to introduce a sense of depth, but I'm not quite sure how one shade of colour introduces depth. It's an odd choice to have made space blue. There is a little patch you can make with it which makes it go black, but it looks dreadful. It does look odd. And it doesn't look right. I suppose because we're so used to seeing space as blue in Frontier Elite 2 and 3 that when you do make it black, it looks wrong. So, I don't know. And the stars do colour the ships and the stations, that's right. So there is a bit of clever stuff in here. Right, so bulletin board. Is the robot lady still around? No. Oh, no. No, she's not. She's obviously got enough robots. That's a shame. Oh well, never mind. Right, stock market. So let's go sell our stuff. Now, I don't know how much we actually need to be able to buy the Imperial Courier. But we are making cash quite quickly now, which is good. Look, we're making sort of 50,000 credits a trip. Where the fuel rats banners in the station say, yes, 100 years too early for the fuel rats, I'm afraid. Let's just have a quick look at the shipyard while we're here. New reconditioned. So what else is around? So there's a Panther Clipper. We can't afford one of those. Look at the size. That's 2.4 million, which in this era is stack loads of money. Okay. There's no bigger ship here. Interesting enough, actually, here's a little tidbit from the original game. The Constrictor ship is the top secret prototype ship you're asked to fight in the original game on the BBC and the Commodore 64 versions. At least it wasn't in the Spectrum version. This was a prototype ship, a combat vessel that you had to basically go and hunt down, and it only appeared in that one mission. I can't remember what the reward was. Maybe somebody on the 64, the BBC, can tell me. But in the original Elite, this was a prototype ship. Now, by this era, which is about 75 years later in the lore, see, says Aussie G, Commodore 64 greater than Spectrum. I've got a funny story about that in a minute. So anyway, by this era, 75 years, the Constrictor has obviously been declassified, and it's just another ship in the game. And some of the ships do have a funky paint job here. So that Constrictor has that one. This one's just a blue one, and this one here is a green one. So there is a bit of variety. You can get, a kind of funky military camo version of some of the ships as well. So there we go. The Tiger Trader, look, you see, this one's now within our price range, which is kind of like a big asp, isn't it? A big asp, which has 400 tons. How much? We need one more crew for that. I'm kind of tempted. Part exchange, and it's just be blistering. Yeah, and I think so. This could be the end of the Lion. Is there somebody here, because I don't really want to do all that, who wants a job? Position on a reputable starship wanted. I'm not sure we count as a reputable starship, but there's another one there, so we can play them off against. Job wanted to feed disabled spouse. Okay, so that's good. So we've got enough. I think we're gonna upgrade the ship again. We're gonna go for the next one up. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! So let's take off the scanner. And let's take off the automatic pilot. That gives us 190 tons. We're going to go to the shipyard. Now, new and reconditioned. We've only got one Tiger Trader here, so this rather boring grey ship is the one we're going to end up with. It's got a Class 4 hyperdrive installed, so that's the biggest hyperdrive that we've seen so far. It's got the 3 commands. It needs 5 crew, but that's not a problem. So, right, here we go. Boom. Right, we now have a Tiger Trader. Awesome. So first things first, let's put on the scanner, fit, automatic pilot, fit. How much fuel does it need to go to Barnard Star? 12 tons. And we need to refuel the internal fuel tank there. which looks like it's going to be a little bit expensive, but that's not too bad. Hydrogen fuel, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how well it does. Right, let's refuel the ship. 1, 2, 3. So it needs 4 things of hydrogen to fill it up. We need 12 to make the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, then I need to get some crew. Let's have a look at the crew. Which lovely lady is going to join my crew? Can it make the jump? Yes, it can. Good. Right. So job wanted. No, he looks well dodged, doesn't he? Position on a reputable starship. Okay, so Ros Patrick. That's good. We've already got a Rosalind, so we can come back to her. Yeah, we've got a bit of choice today. Right, want to position on a reputable starship. So she's got kind of Medusa-y hair. She's Jenny McKenzie. Haven't we really got a Jenny McKenzie? Oh, we've got a Jenny Birmingham. So I've got a choice between Ros and Jenny. What do you think? Who should we have, Ros or Jenny? There's Jenny with green lipstick and the Jenny. Okay, so we got Jenny. What was the other one? They both want positions on reputable starships. I think Jenny. I mean, she looks very weird. She does. Ros Patrick. I wouldn't trust her with a barge pole, really. Let's ask Jenny. Right, have you worked on a starship before? Yes, she has. Why do I need a job? I found repetitive cargo runs at my last job boring. Oh dear. Let's start with 10 a week. Oh, they're all expensive. All right, let's try it at 15. Okay, there we go. Right, so she's aboard. Now, is that all we need? Have we got? Yeah, so we've got Rosalind, Jenny, Birmingham, and Kate. 2 Jennies. That's going to be slightly confusing. Not that we really need to worry. Mutiny on the Tiger. There we are. Is the other Jenny cheaper? Doesn't depend what game she's in. That's quite funny. Right, so we need now to fill up. Where are we? Are we in we're in Earth. So it is luxury goods. Back to Barnard Star. And we'll have a little look around the ship. Oh, I can't quite afford to fill the ship up this time. So yeah, that's the important thing. Don't crack your cash flow. True's version of I Dream of DDS. Jenny's an extra, it seems. Yeah, we got double Jenny. That's quite funny. Right, so Barnard Star. Yes. Right, save the game. That's probably a good idea. And we're not in the Lion anymore. We're in the Tiger. So we didn't warm to the Lion, and I don't think we're going to warm to the Tiger, to be honest, because it's a pretty boring. It just looks like a massive asp, actually. Really, doesn't it? I mean, let's have a little look at it outside. It's got 2 engines rather than the one that the asp had. But really, it's so there's a turret. That's what it looks like on the outside. It's just a big asp, really, isn't it? It does look quite elite-y, I suppose, but it's just a massive asp. It's like an oversized asp, with 2 engines on the back. There we go. 2 engines, and they're offset as well, aren't they? At least a bit. At least it looks like it. Oh no, maybe they're not. Maybe they're okay. So that is quite an elite sort of ship. It's kind of a predecessor of the Type 9. Yeah, it is a bit like that. Anyway, so that's that. And where's the turret? Okay, so there's the turret. Yes, we have got a turret there. This is actually the turret is high enough that you can't actually hit the ship, which is a good design, I think. Anyway, right, hyperspace jump, boom, and so we're now doing that. Birmingham World. Let's go to Boston Base. At least we're getting to see some different ships today. He says, trying to find the stream is interesting at the bottom. That asp. Yeah, sorry, I just looked up. Who has a With some massive apps. Intercom, Jenny, the whole ship hides up. Yes, Commander. Yes. Actually, maybe that's what I should do. Let's keep an eye out for Jennies. Okay. Let's see if we can have an entire crew full of Jennies. The Type 8.5. Yeah, that asp. But then the high point does look like Type. Obviously. Yeah, I think everybody on the ship should be called Jenny. In fact, I might change my name to Jenny. Just because. I think we should definitely, that should be a thing. Right, so does anybody want some luxury goods? Go on. Go on. Be nice. Probably not. Quite a lot of removal jobs in here. Bulletin boards, no there wasn't, which is a shame. But hey, it won't take us long to make the money back. Look at that, see? Look how much money we can make just in... Jenny Jameson. Let's have a look. Yeah, is there any other? Are there any other Jennies? In fact, I don't think there were any people wanting a job, were there? No, there weren't. There's no people wanting a job here at all. Anyway, so right, so stock market. Let's get the hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's fill up with, right, 226 is 113 of each. So 113 computers. Nice big chunky fat ship. Oh, too far. See, look, I can do basic maths. You're impressed, I can tell. Fill up the ship with cargo, which should be fine with that amount of cash. Yep, there we go. So this is a good, actually, in-game demonstration of compound interest. This is why you should put money in a pension or an ISA, okay? And keep doing it throughout all your life, or whatever your investment scheme is in whichever country you're in. This is why it works, okay? Real life does work like this as well. So if you are young, do put some money away each month and put it in something that's generating some interest or some monetary gain, like a stock market ISA or something like that. You know, free financial advice. You can see it works, all right? Your money will compound, and that's life works exactly like this. So free advice for those of you who are just embarking on your careers. Do save some money over time, put it in an account where it continues to grow, try not to touch it, and one day you'll be able to afford an asp. Okay, right. What was I doing? I think that's it, because I can't change the crew, can I? My quest to have all Jennies. We'll keep working on that. Right, so I need to go back to Sol. There we go. And we need to launch. Have I saved the game? Let me just save the game anyway. Tiger burning bright in the forest of the night. What a mortal hand or eye has framed thy fearful symmetry, which doesn't rhyme with I, but hey. This is a very masculine looking person going by the name of Jenny Smith, hanging around the canteen. Jenny Jameson, that's, yeah, oh dear. Enough I've said about that, the better. Right, so hyperspace ho. We never get sick of the in-game music. It's delightful. It really is. Right. So where should we go today? We've been there. Is there a base around the moon? Let's go somewhere different, just because we can. Yeah, there's a moon base called Galileo. There is actually one on the surface as well. But let's go to the Galileo space station because it's different. By Jimmy to the asp. Yeah, there we go. Right, so it is burning. Look, it is burning through its onboard fuel tank pretty fast. I need to keep an eye on that. This is a big, heavy ship, so it's burning through its onboard fuel tank pretty quickly. Look at that; it's going down as we watch. And is it working? There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to refuel that in a moment. Right, there we go. It's expensive around here. Right, so check the bulletin board in case somebody wants robots, because sometimes they do. Oh, there's some people here we can check. Maybe there'll be some more Jennies. Oh yes, look, wanted computers will pay 1,000 credits per ton. Yes, I like it when the game gives me. Bruce Jenny, he said, Drew chuckled in his special way. Can I buy fuel tanks? No. Well, I don't think you can. No, you can't buy an additional fuel tank. Oh, that's nice. Look at that guy. So he's at least not wearing a hat. He's definitely breaking the fashion tradition of the 3200s by not wearing a hat. He's got amazing blue hair. Look at that. We've got 264,000 credits, and we haven't even sold half of our cargo yet. So stock market. Let's sell the robots as well. There we go. This is definitely. See how it works? It just compounds up really fast. There we are, 364 credits, so we've almost made that money back again. Let's just see if there's any Jennies, because I just think that's funny. Right, is your name Jenny? No, he's Trevor. or the Fonz, maybe. So no. Is there another one? I think that's the only one. Unemployed crew. Is he the only one? Yeah, the Fonz. Passage on a small ship. Feeling generous. Wanted computers. No, so nothing at all. Right, I need to refuel the ship first. That's quite funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to need 12 tons to get there, plus another 16 to refill the ship, I think. And then the rest of it should be luxury, shouldn't it? Here we go. Can we fill the entire ship up? Yes! Oh, that's quite a nice feeling, actually. 222 tons of luxury goods. We've almost cleaned the space station out, actually. Look, there's only 2 tons left. Yeah, introducing my crew. This is Jenny, and Trevor. Dear. There's definitely a Ponzi scheme. Yes, we could have a Ponzi. Yeah, I think the Jenny thing has just got to be done, because it's just tickling my sense of humour. Right, let's refuel this ship. And then we can even add a bit more. We can actually clean out. Look, we can actually clean out the space station. That's the first time I've managed that. I don't need 13 tons, so I can buy 2 more. But the space station doesn't actually have any more luxury goods. So I've got 2 tons of cargo space left now. So what else can I take? What does the Earth produce? It produces liquor and luxury goods. Let's take some liquor. Why not? Stock market, liquor. There we go. I'll have 2 tons of liquor as well. There we go, we're now full. Awesome. Yeah, we're in the money. We're in the money. I could always get to another space. I suppose I could. Treddy. No party on Galileo tonight. This guy came in and bought every single luxury good that we had. Crazy dude he was. Right, so we're heading home. Oh, well, back to Barnard Star. Hope my crew doesn't leave because they get bored. We're still on the quest for more Jennies, though. Make sure you don't drink your own supply. 2 tons of liquor. That would be a party. Right, off we go. And then Birmingham World. So, as you can see, jumping into a bigger ship definitely works. And works quite quickly for the purposes. Now, what's the time? It's 2:20. So we need to, at some point, decide, have we got enough money for this Imperial Courier? Does anybody know how much it costs? Because we may be quite close to that already. This could be the day. That we get the Imperial. I'm hoping it is, because I quite fancy the Imperial Courier after all this time. Who's that AD engineer you have to bring 50 tons of brandy to? I don't know. Crew will be drunk, too drunk to be bored. Yes. I don't know what there is to do on a spaceship. You know, I suppose keeping the engines running is maybe that requires some work or something. I don't know. Oh, that's a hyperspace jump. We can play with some of those things as well. Once we get the Imperial Courier, then we can start kind of playing the game properly. The Jennies raided the cargo in the system. Drew the ship flipper. Right, bulletin board. Come on, somebody wants animal skins. Oh, got unlucky. Never mind. Wanted grain. Will pay 91 credits per ton. Ah, there's somebody here. Is it a Jenny? Amy. No, it's not Amy. She might be cheaper though. Maybe I could. Who's the expensive one? Oh no, Kenny. Jenny is one of the expensive ones. Okay. So we can't give Amy a job. Sorry, Amy. That's going to reduce the number of Jennies. Although we could maybe I should just get rid of the expensive Jenny and replace her with Amy because, you know, economic reasons. What do you think? Shall I get rid of a Jenny and replace her with Amy? Let me know in the chat what you think. These are the important decisions that really matter. Right, cargo space. Right, we need to sell then, don't we? Sell all those luxury goods. Look at the money going up. Look at the money. 422,000 credits. Nice. My Jenny is an important member of the crew. Doesn't matter which one. You can't get rid of a Jenny. I'll have fewer Jennies. We demand Jennies. Okay. It sounds like we're sticking with Jennies. Okay, that's cool. Sorry, Amy. The guys just prefer Jenny. We clearly need a bigger ship with more Jennies on board. Right. Okay. So there aren't any other Jennies here, alas. Let's have a quick look at the shipyard. There's a Puma. Look, we're almost in striking range of a Puma. I don't think we need that anymore. I think this ship is big enough to do what we need to do. So I've got. If we have a look here at the shipyard, if I bought something cheap and cheerful like a Cobra Mark 1, I would have 351,000 credits left over on top of the 422 I've got in the bank. So I'm at about 800,000 credits. I think if we can get to 1 million, making enough money to pay all the Jennies everywhere. So isn't that Katie on? Only Jennies allowed. Okay, so we're definitely going for Jennies. But I think I'm close now to having enough money to get the Imperial Courier. So let's do a few more runs just to be absolutely sure. Then we'll buy a cheap ship to get us down to Imperial Worlds. Hang on, I've got to be careful because then I'll lose my Jennies. I could take on some passenger Jennies. Jenny, this is Jenny. Jenny works on the ship and you're in cabin 3. Yep. Okay, so yes, I don't want to lose my Jennies, do I, as I change ship? So if I buy a ship with less crew, what happens? Do I have to fire one of them, or does it automatically fire one for me? You know, this is all important stuff. Right. So stock market. I'm just going to refuel that tank again. I don't like running with an empty tank. So let's do that. There we go. We need to buy a little bit more hydrogen. Bomb. And we are at Barnard Star, so it's computers and robots here, isn't it? There we go. Imperial Courier has 3, so just fire your non-Jennies. Okay. I saw Jenny McKenzie in the menu. Did you? Did you see Jenny McKenzie in the menu? Job needed. That's Amy. Animal skins. No, there's no Jennies here, alas. Not at the moment. Let's go back to Solar. Maybe there'll be a Jenny for us over there. Right, save the game. Let's do that. Let's do that thing. We're getting close now. I'll basically keep doing these runs until half past, because at that point I think it's time to get down to Empire Space and see if we can buy an Imperial Courier. So, right, we're ready to launch. Launch request. Off we go. Outside the space station. Hyperspace to Sol. There's the Earth. Let's go. Shall we go? Well, let's keep going to Earth. Tell you what, we'll land on the moon this time. We don't need an atmospheric thingy to land on the moon. So we can go to the space station on the surface. There it is. Apollonius City. Apollonius? If I could select it. Is it on the far side? There we go. Let's go to the surface. Mutiny on the Tiger, Revenge of the Jennies. There are many girls, but there are only Jennies to me. Yep. What's a group of Jennies? I don't know. Not just any Jenny. Imperial Courier has three, so just fire the non-Jennies. To anybody in the chat who is actually called Jenny, I do apologise. a many of Jennies. A Jenny Edgery, that's quite good. A Jennyvan. There we go, we're on the surface. Look at that. Right, let's just check the bulletin board. Case, you never know. You never know. We've got lucky twice today, which is pretty good. Sometimes it's just there's somebody who needs a job. That's good. So that could be a Jenny. Bulletin board. Right, stock market. So let's sell all our stuff while we're here. It's really that luxuries run that really does it. This is quite lucrative, but it's that luxury run that really makes the money. There we go. Right, where's the hydrogen fuel? There it is. Need 12 tons of that to get back, and then it's up to the luxuries. But it might be we're out of luxuries again. How many luxuries are there? Where are they anyway? Where are the luxuries? Are they at the top? Oh, there they are. There's 229 tons here, so that's okay. I can have that. I'll have the lot. Check the bulletin board first. Yeah, so you don't need anything when you've got a Jenny. I've just checked one of the previous gyms. The Imperial Courier is 611000, no part exchange. Okay, so we've definitely got enough money. In that case, let's just do this last run with luxury goods because it's very lucrative. And we will go buy the Imperial. We get our Imperial Courier today, hopefully. Okay, let's just check. Is there a Jenny here? Debbie. No Jenny. Okay. Never mind. Wanted, passage for 2 ship. Passage, ship required, £200 thingamajig. Okay, so no Jennies. Oh, my tank's only 2/3. That's okay, I think. I don't need all. Don't need it be totally full to get back. We're totally full of extremely valuable cargo. This is a good thing. Launch request. And we go right. So we need to select bar, not star. Okay, hyperspace undercarriage. Why is a hyperspace not? If you required 12 tons, yes. Why is the hyperspace not enabled? I've got 12 tons on board, haven't I? Yes. Am I too close to the ground? Maybe. Maybe I'm too close to the moon. There it is. I was too close to the moon. There we go. There is a mass lock. There we are. We'll pay for crew. Only requirement in your name is Jenny. Yeah, climb. So come on, Eric. There we go. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't allowing me to jump. I was too close to the surface of the moon. Right, there's Birmingham World. Right, let's go to Boston base. And our last bit of grind to get enough money to buy the Imperial Courier. Dun dun dun. And you're going to enjoy the Imperial Courier. It's got lots of cool features. Okay. Not least being the meanest, baddest ship in the game, I think. And it's the one from the title sequence. So if you remember right at the beginning of the stream, you've been watching the Imperial Courier many times. It's that ship, okay? It's the big ship that kills the 2 eagles at the beginning of the game. So what about a beauty pageant for women named Jenny? Would the judge be a Jenny Rater? Very good. Isn't your ship power produced by a Jenny? So yeah, we could have Jenny looking after the Jenny, couldn't we? That would work. Right. Let's check that bulletin board, because you never know. Wouldn't that be a nice little way to go out? Position on a reputable starship. Oh, there's 2 here. Okay, well, there's nothing to sell our... Nobody's to sell our luxury goods to at an inflated price, but never mind. I think we're almost at the point where we could afford the Imperial Courier with cash. Look, 540, yes, that's pretty good. Let's have a look then at the bulletin board, see if there's any Jennies. Edmund. No, he's no good. Wanted passage on a ship. Feeling generous? No, I'm not feeling generous. Anne. Ugh, no Jennies. My brother played this. I had discovered pubs and girls at this point in time. I think I'd done this at the same thing actually, Blip. I didn't play this game very much because this is 1993, so I had left university at this point and had my first job. So this would be in this stage of my life, I would have been kind of, a young single person who had some cash for the first time ever, which is a very, very dangerous combination, as I'm sure you're aware. The game's starting to fight against my... Now we need to get down to Imperial space now, but that's a fair old way. We've got to get down here somewhere. So I got a feeling we may have to sell this ship and buy something smaller. But I don't want to lose 2 of my Jennies, really. Or can I just buy a bigger hyperspace drive while we're here? Shipyard. And we've got to be a little bit careful because we'll be travelling. If we go to Aknar, it'll be safe. So I don't. No, there's no real choice of ships anyway, and I don't want to lose my crew at this point in time. So let's see if we can. What's the biggest hyperspace drive we can put on this ship? This may be a problem. Oh, we can get up to a class 5. So what have we got? Well, we've got a class 4. So let's put a class 5 hyperdrive on. There we go. That's the biggest. Look, we can buy a small plasma accelerator for 300,000 credits. That's going to cost us quite a lot anyway. But anyway, that should give us a bit more jump range. Probably the maximum for this type of ship. And the hull condition is not. I can be a bit careful there. Let's repair the hull. Why is the hull damaged? Do we ram something somewhere along the way? Repairs and servicing. Let's take care of that. Okay, so look, remember servicing at least once a year is a wise precaution. So mine busted after 9 months last time, and it's now September of this year. So we've only been running in this ship for 4 months. I think we'll be. Will Drew remember to refuel? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'm going to go do that now, and you didn't need to remind me at all. In fact, I'm going to fill the ship up with hydrogen because I'm just going to jump. Jump. So let's fill the ship up with hydrogen, because that's basically all we're going to do. We're now off to Imperial space, because then we can get, I think, now how far can we actually jump? And what's the best way to go? So there's Imperial space down there. So I can jump quite a long way. So I'm going to go to here. Look, my hyperspace range is quite big, which is excellent. That's out of range, but that Epsilon Indy isn't. It's going to cost me 23 tons. So let's save the game here. We're now heading back to Imperial space. Right, launch. So we've made our money with our crew of mostly Jennies. So many Jennies are risk for the hull integrity. Autopilot knocking the ship on the entrance. Quite possibly. Jennies are eating into the hull. Oh, I haven't done the internal. Oh, I need to do that. I've got enough fuel on board. So I did forget it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 163 tons will get us quite a long way. Right, let's see how far we can get. Right, off we go. Hyperspace to the Epsilon Indy system. There we go. Right, then we're going to jump to, let's go to Beta Hydri. Then let's go to, are we heading in the right direction? Yeah, we're getting there. That's out of range. What about this one? That's out of range as well. That's annoying. I think we went down this side before. That's in range. Oh, undercarriage down. Might get damaged by micrometeorites. Oops. Okay, that's good. Right, we're almost in range of Facey. Can we get there? Yes, we can. Nice. And then it's a short jump to Akinar, I think. Yes, there we go. That was easy, wasn't it? And we got loads of fuel, so no worries at all. Yeah, good thing about this drive. Well, actually, if you look at the time it takes to get it, it's now October. It takes us like 7 days to do a hyperspace jump. So in game time, it takes ages to do a hyperspace jump in this game. Whereas actually playing the game, it's only like literally a second or so. But lots of time elapses. Right, here we are in the Akinar system, the core of the Empire. And we're going to Akinar 6, because that's where civilization is. We're going to go to... Actually, no, we're going to go to Capital. We're going to do it properly. Fort Donalds is the space station. That's where we want to go. And we are there. Going to spend our ill-gotten gains with our jennies to get ourselves an Imperial Courier. Yes. Yamaha's grave, where keyboards go to die. Yes, I would have wondered about that one. Yamaha's grave. DJ Ambrosia, just finished working on the Carmen Gear. Oh, that's fun. You don't want to give up my stream for working on the Carmen Gear. That's much more exciting. You must send me some pictures on Twitter or Facebook or something. What's going on here? Oh, they're still working on it. It's a big system, this. Yeah. Oh, send me some pictures of your Carmen Gear. That's awesome. Is that? Are you restoring it? That's really cool. In FE2 and FE3, max jump range, regardless of how far it is, and it's something like a week that passes. I think if you use the maximum jump range of the ship, Gunblade Lad, it's 7 days. And if you don't use the maximum jump range, it comes down from there. So basically, if you want to jump to a system and not take 7 days, it has to be well within your hyperspace range. I think that's right. So Akinar is just as safe. So yes, no, Akinar is a safe system, so we can get here okay. Right, we are here. We are here at Akinar. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is my first achievement that I wanted to actually achieve in the game. Yeah, now Akinar is a safe system. Right, so let's sell that remaining hydrogen because we don't need that. I didn't know how much we're going to need, but it's such a big ship it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's the end of the hydrogen. Let's just check out. Are there any jennies? Because you never know. Vacancy required. Terry. Nope. Okay, so no, there aren't any jennies. Right, let's get rid of the stuff that we need. We're going to sell the scanner, we're going to sell the automatic pilot. That should strip our ship out. We can actually sell the... see what we can do. We can sell that Class 5 hyperdrive. That'll get us a bit of money back. Boom. There we go. So we now have this ship. It has nothing on it. That's good. Now, this will be funny if there aren't any Imperial Couriers for sale. DJ Ambrosia says full restoration ideal for lockdown. Oh, nice. Yes, they are beautiful. I would love to have a Carmen Gear. Beautiful car. I've got a Golf GTI. I don't know if you spotted that on my feeds. A Mark II Golf GTI 16 valve, which we're restoring. It's almost done. We've just got a few last bits and an oil leak to fix. So yes, let's save the game before I buy the Imperial Courier, just in case. So that's the last. That's the last of the Tiger. Let's have a look. What ships are available? Have we got? We have. There's 2 Imperial Couriers here today, and an Imperial Trader actually. But I don't want one of those because that's slow. So let's have a look at the first Imperial Courier. We can buy an Imperial Courier. Let's have a look. View. Okay, so we got this one with some blue and red pinstripes. Actually, no, that's an Imperial Trader. Where's the Courier? Clicked on the wrong button. There we go. Right, so blue and red pinstripes. Or we've got one here with a blue and red pinstripes. They're both the same. There's 3. So yeah, it's the Imperial Courier. Is there a third one? Yeah, no, it's not the Trader we want. It's the Courier that we want. The Courier is much better than the Trader. It's not as big, but it's way faster. So they're both the same, actually, with the red pin. I don't think there's any real difference there. So we've got MQ333, or we have YP691. That one's got a Class 5 hyperdrive fitted, and this one has got a Class 5 hyperdrive fitted. So they're basically the same ship. No internal fuel, missing hyperdrive would be a bigger problem. Yeah. So I prefer MQ333 out of those two names, so I'm going to go for that. Yeah, so MQ333. I don't know what MQ could stand for. Mega quick. Mega quiet. Yes, it hasn't got a J in it really. But MQ333 is quite a cool name. Message queue, yes. IBM MQ, that would be quite good, wouldn't it? Right, let's go for this. Here we go. I am going to buy. This is the moment, my friends. The moment has arrived. With 20 minutes to go in the stream, this is very good. I'm going to buy an Imperial Courier. I've wanted one of these. This is the first time I've actually owned one in front of. I've never got this far before. Oh, and sack your non-jennies. Yeah. So do I have to sack them before? Do I have to sack them before I buy the ship? That doesn't basically matter. Let's find out. Buy. There we go. I bought it. Congratulations on your purchase. Call our upgrade department for the latest in additional equipment. Ooh, accept it. Right, so we now have an Imperial Courier. There it is in all its glory. Yes. Okay, so after Commander, I only need 2. So actually, I can get rid of Rosalind and I can get rid of Kate, and we are jennied up. But this is the internet, and there was a 60. I didn't spot the 69. I hope this is a ship that's good. All right, so let's fire Kate. Good riddance. You're going to regret. See, they're not very nice. I don't think I've got a very happy crew. Okay, and they're going to get rid of Rosalind as well. Good riddance. You're going to regret sacking me. Well, I'm not actually, Rosalind, because I've got my jennies. I've got double jennies, 100% Jenny, and an Imperial Courier. How's that for success? We have achieved great things today. Okay, so we have an Imperial Courier. Now we need to decide what we're going to kind of do from this point in. She's just jealous of the jennies. Yeah, they're all bored. Well, now we're in Imperial space. Some exciting stuff can happen now. So right, let's do. There we go. Let's just do Courier. There we go. We have achieved a Courier in the game. There it is, Courier. After 2 years and 10 months in game time. Right, it's time to go on a killing spree. It is now. This ship, it has enough space. Okay, it's got 200 with a Class 5 hyperdrive aboard. It's got 200 tons of cargo space. The other thing that you'll have noticed there, if you spotted it, where is it? It doesn't actually say on this screen. Is how fast it is. It's a fast ship. Okay, it's quick in the system, which is really, really good. And we got loads of space. We can make it a bit of trading, a bit of fighting, and good stuff like this. What your crew doesn't go on a general strike. So now, yes, it is time to bask, and we'll do some basking in a minute. Now you have the super ship killing spree. So I think we need to start doing some killing, don't we? Because we need to up our thing. Let's have a look what's on the bulletin board. Now, will it allow us to do any assassinations? There's probably no assassinations here. Is there anything interesting in the Imperial Navy? See, that with 400 credits. That's how low we are in the ranking of the Empire. But we might have a look at some military missions. But we need to probably do some trading, maybe do some missions, and just build up the capability ship. Now, I'm going to put on a bigger gun. That's the first thing I want to do. Let's have a decent. How much money have we got? We've got 361,000 credits. So we've got a bit of cash to splash on a decent ship. So let's buy we need the basic stuff. Let's have a scanner. Let's have an automatic pilot. But let's have the atmospheric shielding, because we might want to land on planets. The missiles I've never found particularly useful, so let's not worry about them. Down here is, I'm going to go for a, see I can go for, there's a 4 megawatt beam laser. That's probably enough to toast most stuff. Yeah, so I'm just going to go for the 4 megawatt one. I think the 20 megawatt one takes a lot more space, and it's kind of almost overkill. I think, to be honest, from what I remember before, maybe we'll test it out, but I think the 4 megawatt beam laser is almost one-shottable for pretty much everything. So I'm just going to go for that for the moment. What else can we have? Okay, what that is actually as our jump range on this ship. It's not very far actually, is it? Let's put some fuel on board just because. What hyperspace? We've got a class 5, so it's a maximum only of 10 light years at the moment on the class 5 hyperspace drive. It's not all that far. ECM, yeah, radar mapper. Let's get the radar mapper. Upgrades. So radar mapper is like a wake scanner kind of in thing. We definitely need an ECM. Hyperspace cloud analyzer will be fun once we get the. We definitely need some shields. Yes. How many shield generators shall I put on? I think a fuel scoop is good. A cargo scoop conversion is definitely good. This is the thing. You can't put a fuel scoop on an Imperial Courier. I do remember that. Yes. Several shields and a naval ECM. Is a naval ECM an option? Oh, it is. Yeah, okay, well, let's put on naval ECM then. It's going to be a proper tough ship. Auto hull repair system is way too expensive and takes up too much space. Energy bomb, escape capsule. I don't really need an escape capsule because I've got to save games. That's a bit silly. I could put a class 6 hyperdrive on, but it's way too expensive. There's the large plasma expander. That's the ultimate weapon. That one-shots anything. 8 shield generators. That doesn't seem very much. I wonder about 8 shield generators? 48 shield generators. Several shields. Come on, how many shield generators should I have? They're 4 tons each, so that's going to eat space up quite a bit. But let's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's start with 10, see how well that works, shall we? There's an energy booster unit. What does that do? I haven't got a space. Okay, so other military hyperdrive is an option. I don't think they make much for this. And there's you can only get a class 2, a class 3. I don't know. Is a class 3 military drive an option or not? Does anybody know? There's a quicker recharge. Okay, so that might be a good idea. Sounds like the sort of thing that might be helpful. Let's have an energy booster unit. So let's have a look. There we are. Scanner, automatic pilot, radar mapper, naval ECM, hyperspace cloud analyzer, energy booster unit, atmospheric shielding, a 4 megawatt beam laser on the front, and 10 shield generators with 128 cargo space left over. Yeah, Druid's recharge. Yeah, quicker recharge of the energy banks. Okay. So a class 3 driver is a class 4 in normal range. So actually, that's not really going to help us, is it? Now you can see we've also got some new icons down here. So that's the hyperspace cloud analyzer, that's the radar mapper, and that's the ECM. Okay, so we still got some space for cargo because it's still lucrative. We could probably do the slave run again. So if we're going to do that, let's put a cargo bay life support in there. That's not expensive. Radar mapper, automatic pilot, shield generator, fuel scoop, cargo scoop conversion. We can't do on the ship. We could have an MB4 mining machine. Should we go mining? Should we do some mining? That could be fun. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it'll make us any money, but it might just be fun to play that bit of the game. Energy bomb. That could be useful just in emergencies. Yeah, let's have one of them. If I get into trouble, I can just zap everybody. Laser cooling booster is probably a good idea, yes, because I'm going to be doubtless trigger happy. Let's have one of them. This is good, isn't it? I've got money to burn and I can buy stuff for my ship. And this is the bit about Elite I always liked, customizing a ship and adding cool stuff to it. Escape capsule I don't think I need. The rest of that is hyperdrives and plasma accelerators, which you just don't need, I don't think. Hull auto repair system is very, very costly on cargo space. What about the auto refueler? That could be useful. That's only 1 ton. I think I'm going to buy that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the missiles just because it looks good. Okay, so there's naval missiles. I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 missiles. There we are. So just because. Let's try some missiles as well. Energy bomb looks a bit better in the specky versions. Go pirate hunting. So we can now go and kill some stuff. I'm just wondering, with 100 tons, I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to, just to make that a nice round number, I'm going to add in some more shield generators just to make that a nice round number. So there we go. What can I spend 3 tons of equipment on? There's nothing else really to buy now. I think I've got a cool ship. Extra passenger cabinet, 5 tons. No, there's nothing that's actually takes 3 tons, is there? A dummy proximity mine, atmospheric shielding we've got, auto refueling we've got, laser cooling booster we've got, I think. Yeah, cargo bay life support we've already got, scanner we've already got, radar map, ECM. So I think that's pretty good. Can anybody think of anything else that we would want on the ship? Auto hull repair. Yeah, that's the problem with that is it takes up 40 tons. Can't put this ship has only got 1 laser mount. There's no rear firing. It's designed to be an attack ship. So I think I'm going to go for, I don't like the number 13 for shield generators. I'm going to add 1 more. Shipyard, new repairs and servicing upgrades. I'm going to add 1 more to get 14. Or should I add 2 more to get 15? Just because it's a nice round number. I'm going to do 15. There we go. 95 tons of cargo space left. Right, that's our basic ship. Now we need to put some hydrogen fuel in it to get it places. So looking at, where was our run to? Was it Exial? Is that where we went? That's out of range. No, it wasn't. It was down here, wasn't it? We went to the Mifia system. And we need 18 tons of fuel to get to Mifia. Okay. And I need to refuel the internal tank. So let's do that first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's refuel the internal tank. Boom, boom. Although it's supposed to be doing that automatically, isn't it? Oh well, doesn't matter. Maybe it does it when I've got some hydrogen on board. 18 tons of that to get me to the Mifia system, and then the rest I can fill up with some cargo. So what's the exports from Akanar? Because we're bringing slaves back, we know that. And we'll try and do a run. We'll try and do a run to Mifia with the last remaining time in the stream. So what do we sell here? Major exports, luxury goods, perfect. Stock market, luxury goods. There we are. Let's fill the ship up with luxury goods. 77 tons of luxury goods. Nice. Okay, it's not quite as lucrative, but we've got a multi-purpose ship now. Right, let's save the game. And then I'll take you through all the new HUD stuff because this is quite interesting. There we go. So the Courier 37 is the latest save. So we're going to go to the Mifia system. Now we know that one is problematic because of pirates. So we're probably going to run into some trouble here. Do I have life support? I'm pretty sure I did. I bought life support, cargo bay life support. So that's all there. I think we're ready for a slave run. We're now in a mean ship, 15 shield generators, a decent weapon. Missiles, energy bombs, naval ECM. Yeah, this is a proper ship. This is a proper ship. Right. Okay. Let's launch in our new awesome ship. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Now the coolest thing about this ship is about to come up. Okay, you're going to enjoy this. Okay. What happens if I went to a pirate called Jenny? Okay, now I'm going to. The key thing here is, let me just get away from the space station a bit. There we go. Right, hyperspace to lock it on the Mifia system. Good. Okay. Now, let's just have a look at the console. Okay, so we've got 2 modes here, really. If you click on it's basically got the scanner mode and the kind of HUD mode. Okay, so each of these are missiles, And if I click on a ship and basically hit one of these, it will launch that missile at the enemy ship. The chances of said missile actually hitting the alien ship is virtually zero, but they look good. Okay, so we might as well have them on board for the run. This is the energy bomb. So if I hit that, it'll wipe out any ships on the scanner, I think, or at least damage them severely if they haven't, unless they've got really, really good shields. The radar mapper is for getting bounties on attacking pirates. I don't know if it's automatic or not. Maybe it is. 1,000,000 to 1 chance, exactly right. The radar mapper is for picking up bounties on these ships that attack me or I kill. That's the ECM system, and the naval one is just a better version. There's 2 types of missiles really in this game, one of which is the normal missile, and there's also a naval missile. The normal ECM doesn't take down the naval missiles, so you can still be killed, but this ECM will take down everything, so it's a better ECM basically. And then this one's the hyperspace cloud analyzer, which we will use when we get to doing stuff on killing people, okay, assassinations, because we need to know where they went, and this is how you find out where they went. So the missile is actually guaranteed to hit if you max out time acceleration. Okay, so the bounty is auto. You may need to target a ship if you want to see info on it. Okay, so we'll also be able to target information about the ship. So that's quite good. Now, drum roll please. Because now you get to see the awesome coolness that is the Imperial Courier. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Now this is the ship in its landing configuration. All right, this is the ship in its landing configuration. This is undercarriage down, which is a bit weird, but anyway, time for a cliffhanger, almost. So this is the Imperial Courier. It is an awesome looking ship. You know, these massive twin nacelles, a kind of spiky cockpit, catamaran style ship. This is the ship. Okay, it's also massive. Okay, this is what an Imperial Courier is supposed to look like. But this isn't the coolest thing that the Imperial Courier does. All right. The Imperial Courier, the coolest thing that Imperial Courier does is as follows. Right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit, okay? Watch this, as I put the undercarriage down. All right, here we go. Are you ready? You're going to like this. This is, well, maybe not a lot, but you're going to like this. This is cool for 1993. Okay, watch this. Here we go. I'm going to put the undercarriage down. How cool is that? We got spinny things and extending kind of things. Now the ship is ready to fight. Okay, look at that. It's got spinny engines, and it's got, I don't know quite how that works in space, but those, yeah, as you can see, the nacelles extend outwards. It's a bit like an X-wing, isn't it? And so let's just put it up and down again, because it's that cool. This is me with my MX-5 actually, with the pop-up headlights. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So anyway, there we go. So look, if I put the undercarriage down, it folds itself up. Okay, it folds itself up. I don't know where that stuff goes, and the inside of this ship must be very, very interesting to see quite how this works. But that's as, you know, for the 90s, this was as cool as having an automatic sunroof in your car. Yeah, S-Files and locked in adapt position. How does it work? It works beautifully. So there we go. Let's watch it head on. So look, there it goes. So you see this coming towards you, as you can see. It's just such a cool ship. Junk. I mean, it's totally impractical, but it looks awesome. Just think it looks so cool. So you can see how stupidly, insanely pleased I am to have one of these. Look at this. Dun, dun, dun. S falls into attack position. You could just hear your inner space cadet commander from when you were young going, awesome. And it spins. I mean, look at the spinning nacelles and stuff. And they spin in opposite directions and everything. It just looks really, really good. And I think we can, if I'm out of it. Now, the other thing this can do, check this out. Now, you know, all the ships up to now have had a weird kind of blue cyany engine. Not this one. This ship has ultra cool engines. Okay, I'm going to turn the engines on. Okay, look at these engines. Look, they have blue sparkly stuff that comes out the back. How cool is that? Okay, so none of that boring, you know, light blue thruster stuff. This is, I don't know what these engines are, but they're Look at the engines. They've got blue glowy things. They look, yeah, the engines are cool. It's kind of like afterburns. You get this streak of blue light coming out of the back of the ship. So the engine technology that the Empire is using is different to the Federal ships and the Alliance ships in this. Oh, there aren't any Alliance ships in this era of the game, but this ship has got blue sparkly engines, like a kind of ion drive. So it's insanely cool. Okay, so only the Imperial ships do this. They have this amazing glowing engine thrust, which none of the other ships have. Okay, so it's got spinny things, it's got extending things, it's got blue sparkly. It's just awesome. Okay, now this is why. Now hopefully you begin to appreciate why I was a bit miffed when they didn't bring back the Imperial Courier in Elite Dangerous, because this was look how cool it is. It's just a glorious ship. And the Empire's also got a sense of the aesthetic. They haven't put that, that massive, great big, they haven't put the massive, great big letters, the hull, the ship identification number in garish big letters. I don't think it's even got it written anywhere on the ship. So it's, the hull is pure and pristine and a beautiful thing. So look at it. It's just awesome. And so if I thrust back down again, the nice thing here is if you just thrust a little bit, you can see it sort of warms up. It's kind of going on and off, or nothing at all at the moment. But that's because we're in a slow time mode. But it's just, there we go. It's just awesome. Anyway, let's see what it can do. We're going to hyperspace. Here we go. So coming to the closing minutes of the stream, let's just do the run into Myth. Let's see how good this ship is at combat, because we're bound to get jumped in this system. We need to get to the first body in the system. So let's see some combat. This is the first combat we've done today, actually. Let's go to Schmidt Rock, which sounds like a lovely place. To Mackenzie Depot. Here we go. Right, here we go. Let's see how we do. We probably won't get attacked now because they will see that coming. Get out of the way. Will we be attacked? Or will this be a milk run? All the pirates are going, yeah, not today. The nacelles drop off on the first jump. FDev, but it hasn't got a spoiler. Yeah, it's just a beautiful ship. It is my favourite ship in the game. I think it's the best ship in the game as well. So, no, look, the pirates are going, nah, don't fancy taking that on. Hyperspace analyzer demo. Yes, so if I can find a hyperspace thing to jump, then we'll do that. Let's just do that a quick bit more. Okay. Right, please. It's my manual. Stop doing this. Right, Police Officer Jackson, page 18. It'd be funny if it was Police Officer Jenny. Police Officer Jackson, page 18. This is DRM, by the way. Line 1 of word 1 is the word using. So that would be you. There we go. Right, okay, let's just check. What have we got on board the ship? 77 tons of luxury goods. Bulletin board. Does anybody want luxury goods? Fruit and veg. No. Oh well. Stock market. Sell those. There we go. So we've got 285,000 credits and a fully loaded ship, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. You sure that's your vehicle, sir? License registration, please. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Well, that was anticlimactic, I'm afraid. Right, let's see if we can trigger it. How much do I kind of over time? We may have to stop. So I promised my son I would do some other stuff with him. So, well, let's call it there. Let's call it there. We will go and do a killing combat spree next week, shall we? Let me feel up ready to go back. Then we don't have to worry about it next week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, is the auto refueler auto refueling? So it would seem. I'll take a couple of extra tons anyway. Right, we want Imperial slaves here, of course. So let's stock up on slaves. Very dodge, but hey, we're Imperials, so that's what we do. And our ship is ready to go. So nice. So there we go. Anyway, so in summary today, we have not advanced our title at all. We haven't advanced our elite rating, but we do have the glorious Imperial Clipper. Imperial Courier. There is no Clipper in this game. Imperial Courier, which is my go-to ship. The auto refuel only stops your engine getting empty, only tops up 1 fuel time. Okay. So next week, lots of death. This week was lots of Jenny. And the Imperial Courier. So there we go. We have an Imperial Courier. We have achieved the first thing on my wish list of Frontier Elite 2. We have an Imperial Courier, which is a very, very awesome ship. And we'll do some more, see what the Imperial Courier can do next week. That would be really, really cool. I'm very pleased about that. Very pleased indeed. That's a big achievement. So now we need to get that elite rating up and start doing some cool missions. So we'll do that. We'll do that from there on as well. Awesome stuff. Right, my friends. Thank you very much for that. I'll leave you with the spinning Imperial Courier. So next week, lots of death. Possibly less Jenny. We'll see how it goes, but there we go. You guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I will see you. I'm back on Monday for my normal sci-fi stream. If you want to join me at 8 p.m. UK time on Monday, where we will be discussing, it's my sort of sci-fi ramble, but we will be discussing why bad guys are so dumb. Which should be quite fun, actually. So I'm quite looking forward to that one. And then more Elite Dangerous, of course, on Thursdays. So have a good one, my friends. Have a great weekend. You guys look after yourselves. Be good. And I will see you soon. Right on, Commanders.